So in this video, I'm doing a comparison of the all-new Samsung Galaxy Tab A7 versus its predecessor from last year, the Samsung Galaxy Tab A 10.1 inch, or the 2019 Galaxy Tab A, and we are starting right now. If you've been following the channel for a while now, then you must know that I've had the Galaxy Tab A 10.1 inch from last year for about a year, so I have a good idea of what it has to offer. And I've also been using the Galaxy Tab A7 for about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks now, and I also have a pretty good idea of what it has to offer. And of course, I did drop a full review video on this specific tablet, so if you're interested in getting my take on this tablet, go ahead and check out that review here. Now, as I'm getting ready to go through this breakdown, why don't I just go ahead and give you kind of my take about the Tab A7. It is a great tablet. It's definitely an improved tablet compared to that of last year. It's been improved in so many great ways, right? But with that being said, don't go out there and sell your Tab A 10.1 if you have one just yet. Don't do it just yet, or don't sell it, don't trade it, and don't upgrade to the Tab A7 just yet. Oh, since we are here, please do me a huge favor and hit both the like and the subscribe button there. Just take 1 second to do so, and that's a huge boost to the channel. It truly helps me push out more content like this one. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk design and do kind of a quick comparison with these two. You can definitely see that it changed slightly with now the way you keep the tablet upside up is to actually hold it in a landscape position. You will also note that that selfie camera has moved to the middle of the side of the tablet there. This is the new style Samsung has adopted for its new tablet lineup, as opposed to what we have here on the Galaxy Tab A 10.1, where you have to keep the tablet up the tall way or the long way with the camera at the top there. Now, for the purpose of making this video easy and for me to kind of bounce back and forth between the tablet from last year and the tablet for this year, I'm going to be referring to last year's tablet as the Tab A, and this year's tablet, I'm just going to call it the A7, just to make it easy for me in this video. So on the A7, you have that metallic, more like an aluminum back here. And just like it was the case with the Tab A, it has a small plastic part here covering the antenna, but slightly different looks. Overall in size, the A7 is slightly taller and wider at 10.4 inches. So you do get to enjoy a little bit more of that screen real estate offered on it compared to that of the 10.1 inch from last year. The A7 offers a display that is what I believe to be IPS. There's a lot of back and forth about the true nature or the true type of this display, but from the sources that I've seen online, it seems to be an IPS display, but agree to disagree pretty much. Now, it has a resolution of 1200 by 2000 versus the Tab A confirmed TFT display at 1200 by 1920. So if you do account the sizes and the aspect ratio, the resolution is kind of on par with both tablets. And that is, of course, also considering the same pixel per inch here at 224 ppi. In real life usage, the A7 display actually leans towards a more cooler color as opposed to the Tab A, which is warmer, but overall both displays look pretty nice. As far as entertainment goes, both tablets actually offer great entertainment experience, but the Tab A7 actually pushes it up a little bit further. And it does so with this quad speaker setup. The sound from the Tab A is nowhere near the sound coming from the A7 in terms of not only volume but also the sound distribution, since you have speakers on both sides of the tablet on the A7. Both screens are fully laminated, so you do get access to full HD as long as your streaming services, whether it be Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Disney Plus, all of that stuff, if they do offer full HD, you will get access to it. They both still have those same physical features, Type-C port, the headphone jack, and the expandable storage option via micro SD card at up to 1 terabyte. You also get a new addition here with the A7, and that is Face Unlock, which is not available on the Tab A. And that's also a nice feature to have on a tablet, right? And another thing I want to add here about the storage option. With the Galaxy from last year, so the Tab A, you are able to download and move your apps to your external micro SD card or keep them on the tablet. But with the A7, it doesn't seem like you can download directly on that SD card, and it doesn't seem like you're actually even able to move your already downloaded apps to store in the micro SD card. Now, I'm not sure if it's a glitch or if it actually just is the way Samsung wants to keep it, but that's not a good look for the A7. Now, neither one of these two tablets supports the Samsung S Pen, but you can always pick up a capacitive pen and be able to use, although it is going to be very limited in functions. By the way, feel free to go ahead and start dropping your questions or comments about anything that I may have covered but not in-depth enough for you, so that I can check that out and maybe respond to you. So the base unit on the A7 does come with a 32 gigs of expandable internal storage with 3 gigs of RAM versus the Tab A, 32 gigs of expandable storage also with only 2 gigs of RAM. For the Tab A, if you get that 64 gigs of internal storage, you will also get 3 gigs of RAM, just like you would on the A7. Both of my units are running Android 10 with One UI sitting on it. And of course, the A7 will have that 1-year additional support since it just came out this year. It also has a Snapdragon 662 chip as opposed to the Tab A Exynos 7904. I can already tell you that the A7 is quicker and snappier than the Tab A, and you can do a little bit more with multitasking versus what you'll be able to do on the Tab A. Now, if you push it too much, if you go past that moderate level of multitasking on the A7, it will crash, but that would actually be worse on the Tab A, right? So performance so far is definitely better on the A7 versus the standard or the base model Tab A. And I think I mentioned this before, you get about 1.2 gigs of the RAM taken by the system already before you even open your apps. So you do have about 1.8 gigs to play with, which is more than what you will get on the Tab A. The game that I tested out on here played pretty well on both tablets, except you can even play some heavy games on the A7 like Call of Duty on high graphic, which you can't on Tab A. Both cameras are the same, you do get some decent shots. Also things like zoom, video call work okay on both tablets. The battery on the A7 is actually pretty good. It's a 7040 mAh battery, and it definitely lasts longer than that of the Tab A. But that's not really a fair comparison, right? Because the Tab A from last year, I've been using it for over a year, so the battery obviously is already starting going down, where the Tab A7 here, or the A7 battery, is still pretty brand new, but I'm still testing. Either way, it has pretty good battery. I can tell you that it lasts longer than the Tab A battery when it first came out. And again, it makes sense because the Tab A battery, when it came out, it was 6150 mAh. Obviously, there are the similarities and also differences between these two tablets, but I figure I'll go ahead and cover just the ones that are fundamental to me and could help your purchasing decision. Now, with that being said, many people have asked me whether to pick up the A7 or the Tab A, or even the Tab S6 Lite, which, by the way, I'm going to be dropping a A7 versus an S6 Lite video very soon. So make sure that you subscribe and that you have that bell on so that you can check out that video as soon as I drop it. But anyways, here's what I have to say overall. It depends. It actually truly depends. If you already own a Galaxy Tab A 10.1 inch from last year, then even though this is kind of a marginally better tablet, there's no need for you to upgrade to this one, to the A7. Now, if you were debating between buying the A7 and the Tab A, no question about it, go for the A7. Because it's a better tablet and you might be lucky to catch some promotional prices, like I hear it's about $169. And of course, never really go above your means. If money is tight, you could just go ahead and get the Tab A. Still a nice tablet, right? So what I'm saying is that if money is not an issue here and you have to choose, obviously go for the A7. It's a better tablet. But if you want more value and you're not going to do much with the tablet, let's say you just want to watch movies with the tablet, then just pick up the Tab A7. But anyways, this was my comparison video between these two. I hope this was informative and I hope that I'm helping your purchasing decision. Please don't forget to like, comment, of course. Don't forget to subscribe, as I mentioned, and I keep mentioning since the beginning there. I truly appreciate you watching, and up until the next video, stay safe out there.